Hello guys, thank you so much for the love and support in the last video. That was crazy. 12k views in a day, holy hell. But since I've been shitting on gacha content creators, to be honest, rightfully so, but I feel like I made a bit of a mediocre video, so let's just do an upgraded version of that, where it's gonna be a one-stop shop to every single way of making Trial EXP and what's the most efficient way from top to bottom. Let's just do a rapid fire real quick of the really obvious ones, right? You want to do your dailies, that's the one part where you can actually miss out on Trial EXP. Do those every day, very, very obvious, right? Do your story, also very obvious, right? But there's one side quest that requires you to take a picture with this camera. The camera icon is right here. I haven't done that quest for 3 days because I didn't know that there's a camera icon right there. I thought I had to press F or something because I'm fucking stupid. Then, now the big part is where you can also mess up. Covered commission, or covert commissions rather. You wanna get every single character. Once, do not go for dupes. Dupes are bad. Never go for dupes unless you are in the absolute end of endgame. Or you just don't care about efficiency, but then you wouldn't be here. Next thing, you wanna get every single weapon in the game. Now that's gonna be a fun one, right? We all love running mediations. And just a tip, just exclusively run solo. Most people you queue up with are complete bonobos that have like no damage in their builds, and you're just gonna slow down your run by a factor of 5. It's crazy how bad people are in this game. So, next thing, I'm so sorry I did this after weekly reset, but I just couldn't be asked to play because I did overdo it a little bit. In your Nocturnal Echoes, you also want to prioritize characters first, because characters give you the highest amount of Trial EXP. And to be specific, you want to be doing Yale. Yale is the single most efficient character you could get, because Yale has a passive. Oh, let me just find them real quick. Yale has a passive. Absolute Mind, adapts quickly, may obtain bonus rewards. Just gives you a little extra rewards. All of the characters you can farm there are mid, besides Lisbel, but Lisbel you already get for free from the other event. So, get Yale. He's really, really cool for AFKing. Just make him your pilot and you're gonna be A-okay. Okay, and then the next part everybody keeps harping on about. Demon Wedges. 2 rapid fire things. Demon Wedges do not give you a set completion EXP reward. They will only give you the reward individually. So each of those gives 50, that adds up to 300. There is no 300 extra EXP. Now for another thing, if you're like me and you also didn't know this, if you're missing like the Electro Standfast and we click on the source, it puts us here, right? This doesn't select a mission for us, which leads me and most people to think it drops everywhere. No, the ones down here only drop from their corresponding elements. So that's really important to do if you really care enough to farm all the demon wedges. Like if you want to be a completionist, you have to match them with the corresponding elements. Now while we are on the topic... Alright, what I completely forgot. Ascend your characters, right? Ascend them all. Like send them as high as you can. You don't need to level them up, but send them up. Same goes for weapons. I messed up and got the dual pistols and I duped them before I really thought about just how bad of an idea that is. So just get all your weapons and ascend them. You don't have to level them, but at least ascend them. I'm in the process of doing so as we speak. Then another quick way of getting a little bit of Trial EXP is you go through your marketplace and you just click all the various shops and they will have demon wedges in there. And you can buy all of them. The only one where I would slow down is the Memento shop. And you really want to consider what you're getting there, because that currency, as far as I can tell, is limited. So you don't want to just randomly buy stuff. I'm sorry. Over here, the Spindle of Fate is infinitely refarmable. The first 2 clears a week give you extra rewards, because you can still fill up the bar. But still, you could farm all of those and just buy them if you really wanted to. And after we have done all of that, the next best things to do is explore. Preferably you do that while you're doing your main story. And for that you want to have the boxy pet, right? I think everybody has it by now. If you don't, look up a video on how to get it. It's incredibly easy to get. And you just press Z or Y or whatever your keybind is. And it goes on, it shows you in a 100-meter radius, where the next box and Geniemon are.
I knew you'd bring me in.
Since it has a pretty long cooldown, what you can do is you can deploy a Geniemon and then redeploy a Boxy, and it goes off cooldown. If you wanna, you can also just teleport and it's immediately off cooldown again. Oh, into Geniemon we have to dive a little deeper because it is crazy deep for no reason at all, and the systems they put in are horrible. I think Geniemons are maybe the worst part in this game. So, to level up a Geniemon, you will need either Geniemons, which if you press this button, get ready for a whole world of pain because you're gonna grieve the ever-living shit out of yourself. Or you get those little yum yum creams, which are fairly easy to obtain, but not very obvious to where you attain them. Then, to ascend the Geniemon. What am I doing in this menu? To ascend the Geniemon, you need a duplicate version of that Geniemon. Do not use your milk. Please do not use your milk. I did, I'm a moron. Please don't. It's incredibly rare, and you don't get a lot of it. And it's a lot easier to find a dupe of your Geniemon than it is to find the milk. And you probably want to use your milks for something like the Battle Pass pets. Then, after you have done that, you might wonder, where do I get the cream? And now to the second worst part of this game is fishing. Unless you have the auto-fishing Geniemon. If you have the auto-fishing or the auto-reel-in, it's a pretty easy system, but if you don't, you're gonna be in a world of pain. So, you wanna fish all day until you can pretty much buy out the shop, because you have a ton of yum yum cream in here. You have a ton of globules in here. I think it's like 45,000 globules, so it's arguably the best way of getting them. And a ton of gold, and it doesn't take that long, but it does take some time. And you're gonna run out eventually of this, right? You have 800 combined here. That's only gonna be 800 fish. So you can finish it in 2.5 days. In 2.5 days, yeah, in 3 days. There's no half day. In 3 days of reset, if you go really hard. After you've unlocked everything in there, it gets a lot better, because then you only have to fish for the monthly reset. But before that, it's gonna be a lot of fishing. I think I've done 3 full rotations. But at least you get some secret letters as a reward for throwing your life away and fishing for 2 hours every day. Okay, I'm gonna have to add this retroactively. I completely forgot to talk about crafting demon wedges, right? Do we want to craft demon wedges? And the short answer is no, and the long answer is maybe. The problem is that the only way to get golden demon wedges reliably is by actually farming them from secret letters. And if you paid attention, we're probably gonna put all our secret letters into weapons. So the only effective way to get them is by running the bounty missions. And you can run those 3 times a week. You get at level 70, you get 2 recipes, and they're completely at random. So if you happen to have 5 of the ones you don't need, feel free to craft them. I don't think it's worth it at all to go after them. They're incredibly expensive to level up, and they aren't better at all. They're just a little cheaper to then slot. So, yeah. Let me just check if I've missed something. No, that should be everything. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I mean, I think I should have covered everything. And I still have 1 week of sick leave. So I might do another 1 or 2 videos before I go back to work. So if you have any recommendations or suggestions or wishes, let me know. As long as they aren't build guides. I really don't want to make build guides because they're all pretty... The building system right now, before we get new demon wedges, seems a bit shallow. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.